It's 2:48, June 12th. So a piece of this is a bunch of lunatics running around performing science and pretending to. They've been collecting 6 years and 7 months worth of data from my brain and body, my peripheral nervous system, central, etc. And they don't even know if it's authentic. They didn't even develop safeguards and identify all the errors in the instrumentation and identify all the ways that the data they're receiving on their computer from my brain and body in transit to their computer, on their computer, etc. could be, they didn't even develop safeguards to identify manipulations of the data they're receiving so that they can make sure they're receiving reliable data. They're even shocking me right now while I'm talking. Be wary. But yeah, before you perform science and research, you should identify all the errors in your instrumentation and identify anything and everything you can, and then set up safeguards for it so that when you're performing research and spending large sums of money, you're making sure the data you're receiving is authentic. Because, you could be wasting 6 years and 7 months doing research and pretending to do research and have a bunch of data that you don't even know if it's authentic or not. That's another piece of this criminal negligence. Another piece of this is fucking morons who are just making up shit to some other moron, manufacturing nonsense, and they're really like using fake science to coerce murder and crime on people. So they like manufacture some fake observation and then lie to some retarded head scientist, and then he designs a treatment. He doesn't even know how to treat anything. Like a lot of his treatments involve murder and attempted murder, substantially impairing quality of life, damaging your brain and body, and he like calls that treatment. He doesn't even know what the words do the benefits outweigh the harms mean. So this guy's just like an outright fucking moron, like the king of idiots. It's absolutely scary, but they're really just a bunch of idiots lying to other idiots. The people who think these guys are performing science, those guys are the real fucking idiots. The people falling for these guys hustle because a lot of these guys are liars. And they're just manipulating bets and stealing intellectual property and data. But there's some community of retarded people that they actually lie to and pretend they're performing science and treating things. And like their treatments involve like slowly murdering people, abusing people, substantially impairing the quality of life, impairing their functioning in society, impairing their just functioning, all around function. And then they claim it's a treatment. Yeah, they, like I said, they definitely don't know what it means. Do the benefits outweigh the harms? But that's a piece of this. But basically, there's a lot of criminal negligence involved with this, and these guys aren't in prison. There's people even performing witness tampering for idiots performing science. So I don't know if they're trying to keep their betting manipulation terrorist organization alive or their science alive, but they ain't performing science, so they're probably trying to keep their terrorist betting manipulators alive, who are contributing to terrorist financing of sexual slavery, financing organized crime, RICO terrorism, financing conspiracies to murder, attempts at murder. Yes, they're using tech on me right now. I'm talking assault. That's a witness tampering tool. Yeah, they're using stuff on short-term memory and other things. So that's why I may repeat myself. So bear with me. They're stalking me right now as I'm talking. But yeah, they're financing illegal weapons manufacturing and distribution, highly illegal, unethical, inhumane human experimentation. They're even financing the manufacturing of weapons for witness tampering, manufacturing weapons for discrediting political, legal, and financial opponents. So they're actually manufacturing weapons for this, which should raise a red fucking flag because, what kind of person who isn't a criminal manufactures weapons for witness tampering? What kind of person who's not a criminal manufactures technology for discrediting political, legal, and financial opponents? What upstanding citizens would do that? Probably people involved with terrorism, organized crime, RICO, economic espionage, and theft. All these little devices they're making to disrupt memory and disrupt reason and logic are witness tampering tools. So the guys manufacturing these weapons are clearly involved in highly illegal shit. So who's not recognizing the red flag? Only a fucking criminal. Not to mention, who's not recognizing like the red flag? Like this other huge red flag. These people who sit around all day long assaulting me, slandering me, performing witness tampering, and trying to discredit a key witness to terrorism, organized crime, and RICO, as well as illegal weapons manufacturing and distribution. That should just be screaming guilt. That should just be screaming guilt. It's like an indirect admission of guilt. Well, they are guilty of witness tampering, but then it's also, what are they witness tampering for? They're witness tampering for terrorists. They're witness tampering for people involved in organized crime, ritualistic communities, sexual violence, sexual slavery, attempts at murder, and conspiracy to murder. Like right now while I'm speaking, they're like using various devices on me to impair my communication. So that's a key piece of this. But they're also performing witness tampering for data theft, witness tampering because of economic espionage, copyright infringement, and more. And they've also been committing economic espionage in the form of copyright infringement, selling copyrighted material outside of America to foreign agents, governments, and instrumentalities. So, how the hell are people not recognizing just outright guilt? And why aren't they being arrested and thrown in prison where they belong? Because these people are more than unfit to be in society. They have no respect for human life. They abuse human life for a living. They abuse human life for entertainment. They're professional human rights violators, professional civil rights violators, professional oppressors, professional abusers, more abusive than fathers that rape their daughters. More abusive than that. These people are like fathers that rape their daughters and try to make her look psychotic so they can keep raping her. And then, if that doesn't work, then they try to murder her. That's how abusive these fucking lunatics are. So how are they not in prison and who's not getting it? It's starting to irritate me.